Well, I'm not gonna lie, I really didn't expect to see all the information coming out pretty much, you know, today that Bone Daddy and his bitches were gonna be hitting right then and there. But I'll try and talk about that a little bit while we go further down the line, because quite frankly, we have a pretty easy guild war today, and we get through this shit pretty fast. So, hey, Ocean Breeze Luluca, Navy Captain Landy, and an Urban Shadow Choux. Oh fuck, there's 2 things of cancer that are here, and it is quite scary. But we going ahead and we're going to use Unbound Knight Arowell, along with Savior Adin and Martial Artist Ken. The main goal here is, what we're going to do is we're going to try and mitigate as much damage as possible going into Savior Adin, and then we're going to take advantage of the extra damage we'll be doing to Light into the Urban Shadow Choux, and basically any and all counterattacks going to go into our team as well. The Martial Artist Ken should just straight up mop up any and all problems. Now, one thing in particular that I did miss early on was I didn't calculate for the fact that I had invincibility on the turn that Navy Captain Landy was going to go, so she didn't actually go into my Martial Artist Ken. So then that ultimately resulted in like a slightly weaker attack, but hey, the crit still happened, and we just so happened to get oh so wonderfully lucky and dodge every single bullshit attack that hits our Savior Adin, and we essentially counterattack our way into victory. Hooray, Casino! But either way, on to the other fight here. So this is an Unbound Knight Arowell, an ae-KARINA, and a Senya. Wow, this is some straight up fucking next level boring shit. But basically, all you're dealing with is, hey, ae-KARINA does damage, but we have 2 green units here. The green units then mean that all of the damage from ae-KARINA is going to go into Shadow Knight Pyllis. Shadow Knight Pyllis has effect resist, so she's not going to be hit with Death Down. Whenever she takes 4 hits of damage, Will's going to procs every time you take a hit, as well as every 4 hits that you take. Everybody gets defense buff. Congratulations. We're essentially walled out because Roana is based as fuck and gives lots and lots of HP. Shadow Knight Pyllis is going to take all the damage, has Rocket Punch just in case we need some extra damage, and the oh-so-beautiful Laia there being very, very mega broken, where the first chance that we're going to get to where we actually are able to use S3, congratulations, you've completely won the fight. Because our order of operations is when we get S3 on Laia, kill ae-KARINA, then kill Unbound Knight Arowell, then kill Senya. Congratulations, you win. But either way, I've got like a minute here. Hey, let's talk about some of the collab stuff that's coming. So when it comes to the collab stuff, hey, we're getting Overlord characters. Yay! And whenever it comes down to that, Ainzalgoon is the first one that we're going to be getting, who is also going to be a free ML 5-star that's going to be just for us. Hooray! What are my thoughts on him? Honestly, I'm kind of disappointed a little bit because his kit looks extremely interesting, but he has so much risk that's associated with using him. 1, he's just straight up going to take extra damage from light units, and then 2, his S3 does not have ignore effect resist, so there is a chance that the goal of all life is death can actually fucking get 15%ed. So then I just don't see a lot of like reason to use him right now. But either way, let's move on to the next one. So hey, it's time for another fun match against Navy Captain Landy and Lua and Ocean Breeze Luluca. Wow, this looks mega fun. However, we're going to go into this with a nifty little counter to sleep mechanics, that being our Uwu Dragon King Sharun. I almost said Sharun, but the big reason why that's there is just so I can give myself Cascade onto the whole team. Hey, Charlotte does extra 2,500 damage at the very end of her attack, which ultimately isn't really that big of a deal, because the big thing that we're doing is we're utilizing Martial Artist Ken being the bane of Navy Captain Landy's fucking existence by one-tapping her out of the fucking game on her first fucking turn. And now that we've done that, we have essentially won this fucking match, because all they have left is Lua and Ocean Breeze Luluca. And with that said, we'll just wait until we get to the very end of that. So hey, let's talk about Albedo now. So Albedo has probably the weakest kit out of all the characters that are coming in the Overlord Collab. She's basically a knight. She does some form of like protection whenever it comes to stuff. Like, and her artifact is basically Rocket Punch, except it's HP scaling. So, is she going to be worth rolling for? The artifact probably, but the mere fact that it's basically just Rocket Punch and it's only scaling off of HP, has me a little worried because we still have to deal with this nifty little thing called injury in this game, and injury is kind of fucking broken right now because there's literally no counter to it other than to just, like, you know, be aggressive and cleave your team. But hey, who knows? Maybe an overheal mechanic will come. Maybe we'll have some means of countering injury. I fucking doubt it. But either way, now on to this next team, which honestly takes the longest to go through, but it is also the most satisfying. Don't blink and you'll miss it. Hey, look, cool. Midnight Gala Lilias is fucking dead. So what we're doing here is, this is a Lilias, Midnight Gala Lilias, and a Choux. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to have Taranor Royal Guard there, who essentially is just on the team so that Midnight Gala Lilias kills herself. And then as soon as that happens, then the Lilias straight up has no damage on her S3 because the only attack she's going to be borrowing from now is from a Choux. Choux doesn't fucking have attack. She's an HP scaler. So what I was wanting to do was, okay, I'm going to actually let this team kill itself by going into Taranor Royal Guard. However, we got lucky, landed a crit here, and Shazam! Now all that's left is Lilias. So now it's just a matter of, like, hey, bear with me for like 2 minutes until we eventually fucking win, because we have our one green DPS going into a red, and that's all it'll take. So in the meantime, let's talk about Shaltir. So Shaltir is the third character, and quite frankly, probably the most fucking cracked. Like, this is a DPS that has all the good shit that you want a DPS to have. She has protection from, like, things. So basically, you can't one-tap her out right out the gate unless you're utilizing additional damage. So yeah, she has damage limit. She has fucking stealth. So it's not stealth at the very beginning, but it's stealth on her turn. So now it's a matter of, if you don't deal with her turn 1, then you have to deal with, like, doing additional, like, AoEs and shit to deal with her. And then 3, another thing that she has is she straight up has accuracy. So she's basically Zahak as well. So she's gonna hit units that can dodge. And she's strong as fuck. And her artifact is basically a free lifesteal set that's just going to go to any warrior of your choosing. The only thing you have to keep in mind with is the fact that her lifesteal artifact is only on single target attacks. You remember that little ditty, and basically you're good to go. So yeah, Shaltir worth it? Fuck yeah, she's worth it. She looks absolutely fucking crazy, and her artifact looks like a somewhat different Golden Rose. But either way, we got that out of the way. Let's talk about this. So yeah, your eyes do not deceive you. That is indeed a Conqueror Lilias, a Brieg, and a Navy Captain Landy. Now, I can actually kind of see the comp that this guy's trying to go with. The problem is, just, this is very, very susceptible to using Moon Bunny Dominiel so that you're not really affected by the Conqueror Lilias shenanigans. We get really unlucky here with a Elbrus counterattack and salvo, and if that Navy Captain Landy had a little bit more damage on her, she might have actually been able to kill my Midnight Gala Lilias, but that doesn't happen. Then here comes Moon Bunny's turn. We honestly didn't even need to fucking do that because the barrier is already on Midnight Gala Lilias. We didn't need the barrier for Martial Artist Ken, and he already had attack buff. Whatever. Goes in, he kills the Navy Captain Landy on her first turn. Then Brieg goes in with his S3, and because the lowest one with an HP is going to be Martial Artist Ken, and he doesn't fucking kill him, hey, counterattack goes in there, and then he's fucking dead as well. So now all you have left is Conqueror Lilias, who's really just a matter of, hey, wait until you get either your... So it's either she's going to crit into your Martial Artist Ken, and then he's going to fucking send her to the Shadow Realm, or the Battered Woman's Shelter, which he really, really likes to throw those girls into, or your Midnight Gala Lilias will eventually take her turns, S1 and S3 are pretty much to death. And the latter is what happens. So we'll go in, kill this, and then we're ready to go. So get ready for this next fight, because we do some pretty cool shit, but just wait until till ML Politis comes out. Because when ML Politis comes out, this team is fucking ripped. So first and foremost, we go in with Sinful Angelica. Sinful Angelica gives herself immortality, as well as giving attack and speed to the whole team. This then makes it so that revive mechanics don't work on the other side. Now, we're using Solitaria of the Snow just so we don't get hit by Truck Coon and get stripped. That's the only reason why she's there. And I attempt to go for a stun, doesn't land on Senya, whatever. Such as life, shit happens. So then you go into turn 1 with your Jenua. So let's just say we had ML Politis here with us. If we did, we would have Enrage at this point, And the team would not be able to actually do Truck-kun shenanigans because of the way in which the resource reduction is going to be working on ML Politis. So, basically, right here, you just replace Solitaria of the Snow with ML Politis, and straight up, you have Enrage on fucking turn 1 of your Jenua, and this team is fucking ripped, dog. Just 100% ripped. But, either way, hey, we get lucky. We happen to land our good old guaranteed dual attacks that Sinful Angelica does, and we happen to land crits. And hey, they're dead. Hey, boys, that's the Guild War. It only took, 16 minutes, I believe, right? Oh, no, it's not even that. It was like less than 10. It was like 10 minutes for this Guild War, and I managed to even fit in a little bit of talking about Overlord. So, when it comes to Overlord, hey, I'm not going to lie to you. I really don't give a shit about Overlord. I'm not a big fan of the anime, but the characters themselves do at least look kind of interesting. I wanted to be really, really hyped for Ainz because he actually has a very, very interesting kit. It really fits like a tank down and like protect the president kind of playstyle. The only problem is I think the actual nature and gameplay of Epic 7 is going to fuck him over. One, it's just the fact that he is naturally weak to light. He's going to take more damage from light elements. Light elements in this game are actually kind of fucking ridiculous right now. He's going to take more damage from that, and straight up 15% is a factor on his S3. So if they were to add ignore effect resist to the S3, then maybe he would actually have like more potential in my opinion, but honestly Ainz feels kinda dead on arrival, but I ain't going to talk shit until I actually get him. Albedo feels meh. Like, very meh. The artifact looks fucking crazy because it's basically Rocket Punch, but it's HP related, and injury is a thing in the game, so it might have less value than Rocket Punch. It'd be really nice if it wasn't also a Knight's artifact, so it kind of feels like you're dealing with redundancy here a little bit. But hey, once again, SG may be cooking something in the future. We'll see. Maybe there'll be an overheal mechanic, maybe there'll be a counter to injury. And Shaltir looks fucking broken. Like, this character is basically everything you want in a DPS. She is safe from fucking damage. She deals a metric fucking shitload of damage. She is not fucking weak to dodge. It's, a whole lot of crazy shit. And her artifact, basically, it's just a free fucking lifesteal set for warriors. If you have a warrior that you want to put that on that has a lot of single target attacks, shazams, you have a fucking lifesteal set. And that's how I feel about it. But hey, boys, if you like this video, go on ahead and hit that like button. If you want to see more of my content, go on ahead and hit subscribe. Ooh, a jellyfish.